See, first of all, in this episode, we have a lot of news, so let's not waste any time, any single moment of time. So let's just talk about Marseille. Marseille name, they have a Europa League game against Lokomotiv Moscow. So they've named their 11, Matteo Guendouzi and William Saliba both are named in the 11. So by the time William Saliba comes to Arsenal with after coming from Marseille, coming from Marseille, where he was on loan by the end of the season, he will have Europa League experience. He'll have League on complete full season experience, and really, really would be important for Arsenal. But more importantly, let's talk about Mikel Arteta in his pre-match press conference. Spoke a lot about Arsenal not being into the Champions League and plus a lot of stuff. So Mikel Arteta was asked about the Champions League football. He says it hurts a lot. In the last few days, it hurts to put on the TV and see those teams and not seeing Arsenal there. It was painful. Arteta on if it should motivate his players. He says, 100% I don't want to be sitting there with Arsenal being out of those competitions. We have the focus and the trigger is there. And talking about, let's talk about, wait, oh my god, what the hell, man? All right. So, right, that's weird. Okay, no problem, man. And Mikel Arteta on reports that he told Leno he will be in goal. Like Christian Falk really confirmed it that yes, he will be on goal in the North London derby. So Mikel says, I don't know where they are coming from, but they are ahead of me. I think I'm the one who picks the team at the weekend, and sometimes I read things that I didn't have not decided yet. And talking about Thomas Partey, whether he's actually fit against Burnley, Arteta says he is there. He has been training in and out this week. His load has to be managed because it was the early stages of the injury what he had, but he is pushing everyone like he always does, and he wants to be involved. So we talk about the injury report coming up from Arsenal's official website. Elneny is aiming to be back in full training next week. Rob Holding will not be available for the Burnley's game. Sustained bruising to his right knee before, in the training ahead of the Norwich game, before the Norwich game. Granit Xhaka still suspended, serving his 3-match ban as of course heard. Moving on, let's talk about Jack Wilshere to Arsenal. What is it actually happening? So Arteta has opened up about that as well. He says, we are in conversation with Jack to understand what he needs and what he's looking for. He's a person and player who has a huge admiration from everybody, not just the players or fans, but all the staff. We are willing to help him as much as possibly we can. I would not take it too far that he could play for us again. What I'm saying is that we're in conversations with him to understand what he needs, how we can help him, and that's it. So I'm pretty much sure Arteta has played down the possibility of Jack Wilshere coming to Arsenal as a player in whatever capacity possible. But more importantly, he will be training with the first team. That's all I think Wilshere is also asking, and that's all he'll get maybe. But let's see. It'll be great to at least see him do that as well. So according to FTBL, this account says that Newcastle Jets, which is A-League, Australian League team, they want to sign Jack Wilshere. It's understood they've been in talks with his London-based agent Newell Fewings over the possibility of an A-League adventure. Wilshere is currently talking to Mikel Arteta about training at London Colney. That's the whole idea about Jack Wilshere at the moment. Let's talk about Hector Bellerin. He was not in the Real Betis starting 11 against Celtic. Strange, this guy spoke about Rangers and Celtic, but is not in the playing 11 at all. So that's really weird. But moving on, let's talk about, there's a report at Le Grove, ladies and gentlemen, report by Pedro. Now, what is Arteta doing? There's a long read, it's a really good read. Just check out legrove.com and legrove.co.uk, and if you can check out Arteta's analysis. So he's actually written a very, very, very fantastic things that have actually changed at Arsenal. So 3 things that Mikel Arteta, 3 are his main tasks that he's been given. According to the report, he says 1, culture, number 2 is recruitment, number 3, sustainable modern football structure. So that's all. Just check it out. I'm not going to read out. It's a very long read. I may do it probably in some other episode, but not this one. So let's just stick to the news that we have. And talking about Ramsdale and Leno, Arteta says we want them to make each other better. We're competing against the opponents, not against each other. For Bernd, it obviously wasn't a pleasing communication when I told him he was not playing. So, talking about why Ramsdale was selected against Norwich, Arteta said, "We had to change something. Aaron has come here to make us better. We needed a result on the day and I decided to play him. That is all." So that's how it should be, I guess. Arteta on whether he's building for a future without Lacazette, he says, "No, he's fully involved. He will be back to the form that he can achieve. I'm sure that he will be instrumental in our success." So Arteta on reports that Leno reacted badly to being dropped. He says, "No, that's not true. He was stopped with his teammates in training and everything." That is not true. So Arteta on Ramsdale versus Leno says, "It's the same in every position." So, okay. Let's see. Well, Gary Neville is worried about what's in store for Arsenal against Burnley. He says, "This for me has no place in football. If it had been a red, I don't think you could complain if Burnley, and I don't think we would have complained." I think it's reckless that I think the Tarkowski challenge on Richarlison, that's what he's talking about. He says, "I think it's reckless. I know he knows he's going to do him. I knows his follow through could hurt him. I think it does endanger him, and I think Tarkowski goes to do him as in leave it on him." Why is that even a talk of the town? But yeah. Should have been sent off for sure. Wasn't sent off. Couldn't do much about it, could you? But let's talk about more news. Well, Sean Dyche has extended his contract at Turf Moor before the Arsenal game. He signed a new 4-year contract with the club. 4 years of Sean Dyche at Burnley. Oh my God. Crazy, crazy stuff. But let's see how things turn out to be. I just have to, inform you about that. That's all I've got. So, moving on, it looks like the Super League alternative that is provided by Napoli owner Aurelio De Laurentiis is preparing a proposal for a new European league in the wake of previous failed Super League. Now he's working on a proposal to launch a new lucrative pan-European league where qualification is based on merit. Would make a lot of sense. So Laurentiis does not agree with the Super League's proposal. He says the system does not work anymore. The Champions League and the Europa League don't generate sufficient income for the clubs to justify participating in it. To be competitive, you need more top-class players. That means you have to spend more money, and the prize money from the European competition does not account for that. So Laurentiis says that we need to reduce the number of games by reducing the size of the top divisions across Europe. Also, we create a European League with a democratic system of entry based on what teams achieve in the domestic competitions. I've examined a project ready to bring 10 billion euros to the European game, but we need willingness and total independence. If we don't change the rules of the game and make it a better spectacle, young people will abandon us and football will no longer be the central part of our lives. It will be interesting to see how this idea is actually thought out by the public in Italy, but let's see. For now, Laurentiis has a plan. I hope it works. Moving on, Feyenoord manager has claimed Reiss Nelson did not have much of a future at Arsenal before the loan move. He's got his explanations, and I think it might be right. Of course, there was an overuse injury because there's an explanation. I think there was a report wherein he said that Reiss Nelson is actually he's not training hardly enough, and he's actually having an overuse injury with fun training session with Feyenoord. So talking to Voetbal Premier, he says that I'm not saying anything about how Arsenal train. I'm saying something about how substitute player Reiss Nelson, who did not have much of a future there, trained. He was very often in a team that had to imitate the opponent. He did not actually play any matches. Now he is with a team that is busy and where he is seen as a player who has to play a lot, so that combination has caused him to see some overload problems. He's not wrong, I'd say. He's not wrong, yeah. Let's talk about more stuff. Charlie Nicholas has heaped praise on Arsenal's crowd during last week's game over Norwich City. He says, I'll tell you what was fascinating to me. I watched it back again after the match, and the crowd stayed with the team for the most of the day. The first half was average. Sure, they did not create many chances. The crowd under the last couple of managers went against them or against the board, but last weekend they stayed with the team strongly. It's the strongest I've seen Arsenal supporters for a while. But it looks like Barcelona are interested in Arsenal wonder kid Charlie Patino. According to the Mirror, the 17-year-old is wanted by Barcelona. Get out. Get out. Shut up. Moving on, let's talk about two clubs will try to close Arsenal's players' signings. Gunners are already lining a potential replacement for Alex Lacazette. Now, let's see how things will turn out for the 30-year-old who's running out of contract. And there are two players at Arsenal, according to Fischages.net. Arsenal are not very much interested in offering him Lacazette a new contract. But there are two players that they're looking at the moment. That Arsenal's idea is to replace him with Real Sociedad's Alexander Isak or Fiorentina star Dusan Vlahovic. Taking these factors into account, the ex-Lyon man's exit from the Emirates seems to be on the cards, and Lacazette is followed by several clubs. Let's see how things will turn out to be. But according to Fischages.net, there is no future for him at Arsenal for the moment. So with this, I'd like to end this episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you seek daily Arsenal content, best place to be, consider subscribing. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.